I found the quiet wisdom in the unwritten. Prayer, the simple, honest silence hanging in the air.
The words are not the vessel, the silence is the key to unlock the vast interior of the true reality.
I trade the frantic, asking for the stillness and the depth, and measure my existence by the rhythm of the breath. The truth is not in seeking, it is simply in the being, the final quiet solace that the weary soul is seeing.
The shadow of the ego is defeated by the calm, the final true surrender to the quiet, healing balm.
This is the unwritten prayer,
The melody of grace,
the heavy one-drop rhythm in this quiet, holy space. The cinematic freedom is the moment of the soul, reclaiming every fragment to finally make me whole. The strings weave quiet reverence, a melody so clear, the final true assurance conquering every fear. A great ocean that requires the tide to cease, to find the perfect compass in the sanctuary of peace.
the greatest form of worship is the simple quiet rest, to put the fragile spirit to the silent final test.
I am the quiet servant of the current that runs deep, the sacred final promise that the waking soul will keep. The noise of the outside world is a fever I must break, for the final sacred journey that the spirit has to take. Yo, the prayer now words, it a deep internal flow. The spirit will listen to the things you need to know. Not shout to the heaven, just whisper to the core. The universe answer and you ask for nothing more. From the noise to the silence, from the asking to the still. The unwritten prayer, it's a bend to the will.
The freedom is not something that the outside world can give. It is the inner knowing of the truth that we must live.
I am the map, the cartographer, the treasure and the guide, the perfect simple purpose where the deepest secrets hide. This is the unwritten prayer, the melody of grace, the one-drop rhythm in this quiet, holy space. This cinematic freedom is the moment of the soul, reclaiming every fragment to finally make me whole. The strings weave quiet reverence, a melody so clear, the final true assurance conquering every fear.
The silence, the prayer, I am home.
I walk the lonely ocean with the broken compass now, the final true surrender of the simple, honest vow. The needle spins in madness, the truth is hard to find, the total vast confusion of the heart and of the mind.
I'm on a clear direction, the pathway and the guide, the brutal honest knowledge of the place I cannot hide. The sea is vast and endless,
fragile, clinging for the dignity of pain. The simple, honest comfort of the falling of the rain. I sail the broken compass, the journey of the lost. The heavy one-drop rhythm counting the final cost. This cinematic sorrow is the wisdom of the brave, to trust the vast direction of the ocean and the way the strings weep, soft and broken for the path I had to lose. But the freedom of the wandering is the future I now choose. The compass is broken. I will not ask for rescue, nor beg for final grace. I find the true redemption in this lonely, empty space.
The silence is the answer. The current is the flow. The natural, simple rhythm of the things I had to know.
I am the quiet servant of the current that runs deep, the sacred final promise that the waking soul will keep. The ache remains a current, but the storm is finally done. The simple true assurance of the battle that was won. The compass are broken, the guidance are gone astray, but the spirit are stronger, we find the own way. No need no direction, no need no guiding star. The truth are in the self, no matter how far. From the lost to the finding, from the fear to the free. The silent wisdom I call it, to the honest I and me.
The greatest gift of losing is the courage to let go, to trust the silent wisdom in the current and the flow. I carry no resentment, only gratitude and space, to meet the rising morning with a calm and gentle face.
I sail the broken compass, the journey of the lost. Every one-drop rhythm counting the final cost. This cinematic sorrow is the wisdom of the brave, to trust the vast direction of the ocean and the wave. The strings weep, soft and broken for the path I had to lose, but the freedom of the wandering is the future I now choose. The compass is broken, I am free. I threw away the paper map and trusted to the core. The silent honest knowing that I could not hold before. The map of intuition is the only one I claim. The wisdom of the spirit whispering the secret name.
I trade the cold geometry for the curve of the green hill. The frantic noise is seeking for the quiet and the still. The truth is not in logic, it is simply in the feel. The final pure connection that the searching soul will heal.
The outside voice is broken, the wisdom is within. The sacred simple journey where the true self can begin. We follow the map of intuition, the rhythm of the soul. The heavy one drop beats the power that will make us whole. The cinematic freedom is the current running deep, the ancient sacred promise that the waking soul will keep. The strings ascend with glory, a melody of grace, reclaiming the deep honor of the simple holy space. The mind is a great ocean that requires the tide to cease, to find the perfect compass in the sanctuary of peace. The The greatest form of worship is the simple, honest trust, to let the false ambition fall away like rust and dust. I am the quiet servant of the current that runs true, the simple, deep assurance of the freedom that is new. The wisdom is in yielding, the strength is in the flow, the natural perfect rhythm of the things that have to grow. Yo, not trust the logic, not trust the written law. The intuition is the guidance, the final honest flaw. Close the eyes, brother, listen to the gentle sound. The truth are in the heartbeat, on the solid holy ground. From the chaos to the calm, from the noise to the still, the intuition are working and the spirit I feel.
The final true conviction is the wisdom we must claim, to stand in pure existence in the glory of the name. I am the quiet master of the things I can't control. The final deep assurance of the freedom of the soul.
We follow the map of intuition, the rhythm of the soul.
Rhythm of the soul.
The heavy one drop beats the power that will make us whole.
Make us whole.
The Sinematic freedom is the current running deep, the ancient sacred promise that the waking soul will keep. The strings are sent with glory, a melody of grace, reclaiming the deep honor of the simple holy space. Intuition, the map, the truth is inside. I trust the unseen architect to do the final plan, beyond the small confusion of the woman and the man. The wisdom is not written in the simple passing sight, but carried in the silence of the dark and of the light. I trade the fragile logic for the mystery and the awe, the final simple beauty of the universal law. The journey is the purpose, the destination is the key, to unlock the vast connection in the simple me and thee.
The shadow of the doubt is defeated by the calm, the final true surrender to the quiet healing balm.
We trust the unseen architect, the wisdom of the flow, the heavy one drop rhythm of the things we do not know, the cinematic power of the purpose and the grace, the final deep assurance in this quiet holy space. The strings are sent with glory and melody so clear, conquering the illusion of the modern shallow fear. The fear of the departure is conquered by the fact that every single action is the final true exact. The kingdom is not distant, it is buried deep within, a quiet sacred moment where the true self can begin. I let the mask of worry fall away into the dust, to stand in pure existence in absolute simple trust. The light is the commander, the darkness is the lie. We claim the simple freedom beneath the universal sky. Jah is the architect, the master of the plan. Now fight the current, just trust the simple land. The wisdom are beyond you, the purpose are so vast. The spirit now break the journey of forever last. From the chaos to the order, from the question to the known, the final true surrender upon the simple honest stone.
The freedom is not something that the outside world can give. It is the inner knowing of the truth that we must live. I am the quiet servant of the current that runs deep, the promise of the purpose that the waking soul will keep.
We trust the unseen architect, the wisdom of the flow, the heavy one drop rhythm of the things we do not know, the cinematic power of the purpose and the grace, the final deep assurance in this quiet holy space. The strings are sent with glory and melody so clear, conquering the illusion of the modern shallow fear. Architect,
Architect.
oh. We paid a heavy price of compliance in the cold and shallow rain. The cost of the submission for the safety and the gain. We traded all our voices for the comfort and ease, and let the cruel injustice travel on the silent breeze. The fear of the exposure is the weapon that they wield to stop the final harvest of the quiet, simple field. But the anger is the engine, the fire in the core, refusing the cold prison right outside the final door.
The quiet man is rising with the fury that is slow. The bitter, heavy harvest of the seeds they had to sow.
We pay no price of compliance. We reclaim the powerful word. The heavy one dropped under of the voices to be heard. This hymnatic uprising is the promise of the bold, the story of the freedom that can never be sold. The strings climb sharp and angry, a melody of might. We break the subtle darkness with the power of the light. Whoa. The silence is the treason, the submission is the cost, the final deep betrayal of the power that we lost. They use the subtle terror to keep the spirit small, to never stand in courage and refuse to simply fall. But the truth is in the action, the unity of hands, reclaiming the dominion of these fractured stolen lands. The debt is null and void when the promise has been broke. The final fierce resistance of the burden and the yoke. Yo, nah, take the bribe, brother, the price are too high and steep. The voice of the freedom, the promise that we keep. Nah, pay the compliance, nah, bow to the wicked law. The spirit of fighting right from the very core, from the submission to the action, from the fear to the faith. The righteous army marching before it is too late.
The moment of the reckoning is finally at the gate. The final fierce refusal to accept the brutal fate. We are the rising current, the truth in every eye, to claim the simple justice beneath the final sky.
We pay no price of compliance. We reclaim the powerful word. The heavy one dropped under of the voices to be heard. This cinematic uprising is the promise of the bold, the story of the freedom that can never be sold. The strings climb sharp and angry, a melody of might. We break the subtle darkness with the power of the light. No price, we are free now.
I watched the final sunset on the water and the sand, the gentle quiet closing in this fragile passing land. The light is soft and golden, the current is so slow, the simple final wisdom of the things that have to go.
I shared the frantic holding, the clinging and the fear, to stand in raw existence where the vital truth is clear. The end is not a failure, it is simply a pure space, a memory of sunshine in this quiet, holy place. The shadow of the darkness is defeated by the calm, the final true surrender to the quiet healing balm. We find the final courage in the beauty of the end, the heavy one-drop rhythm of the moment we must send. This cinematic solace is the wisdom of the brave, to trust the vast direction of the ocean and the wave. The strings we to fall, but the peace of the departure is the final gentle call. The past is not a prison, it is simply a pure blood. The dignity of leaving is the only thing for her. I let the mask of worry fall away into the dust, to stand in pure existence in absolute simple trust. The love remains a current, unseen but always deep. The sacred final promise that the waking soul will keep. I am the quiet watcher of the things that fall apart, rebuilding the foundation in the center of the heart. The sun I go down, brother, the cycle is complete. The journey of finally victory sweet. Not fear the darkness, not fear the quiet night. The spirit are shining with the gentle final light. From the pain to the peace, from the end to the start. The final sunset are healing in the lonely heart.
The simple, quiet knowledge is the wisdom that I claim, to stand in pure existence in the glory of the name. I am the quiet servant of the current that runs deep, the promise of the purpose that the waking soul will keep.
We find a final courage in the beauty of the empty of the air. Everyone drop rhythm of the moment we must send. The cinematic solace is the wisdom of the brave, to trust the vast direction of the ocean and the waves. The strings weep soft and gentle for the sun that had to fall, but the peace of the departure is the final gentle call.
Sunset, peace, call.
I walk the path of no resistance on the water and the sand. The simple true surrender to the universal hand. I share the skin of fighting, the striving and the strain, to find the perfect freedom in the falling of the rain. The ego is the fortress, struggle is the wall. I trade the fragile victory for the courage to simply fall. The truth is not enforced, it is simply in the flow. The final quiet wisdom of the things I had to know.
The shadow of the burden is defeated by the ease. The simple true acceptance on the quiet tropic breeze. This is the path of no resistance, the current of the soul. The heavy one drop rhythm, making the spirit whole. The cinematic freedom is the moment of the flow. The simple quiet wisdom of the things I had to know.
The strings we quiet solace, a melody of grace. The final true assurance in this quiet holy space.
The mind is a great ocean that requires the tide to cease, to find the perfect compass in the sanctuary of peace. The greatest form of worship is the simple, honest trust, to let the false ambition fall away like rust and dust. I
I am the quiet servant of the current that runs true, the simple deep assurance of the freedom that is new. The wisdom is in yielding, the strength is in the flow, the natural perfect rhythm of the things that have to grow. Yo, now fight the river, brother, let the current pull you deep. The spirit is stronger, the promise you will keep. Now struggle for the answer, now searching at the loud. The truth are in the stillness, hidden in the cloud. From the resistance to the flow, from the striving to the rest, the silent wisdom are working to put the soul to test.
The freedom is not something that the outside world can give. It is the inner knowing of the truth that we must live.
I am the map, the cartographer, the treasure and the guide. The perfect simple purpose, where the deepest secrets hide. This is the path of no resistance, the current of the soul.
Current of the soul.
The heavy one drop rhythm, making the spirit whole.
Making us whole.
The cinematic freedom is the moment of the flow. The simple quiet wisdom of the things I had to know.
I had to know. The strings we quiet silence, a melody of grace. The final true assurance in this quiet holy space. No resistance, pure flow, free. We fight the cruel tyranny of the clock, the frantic stolen time, the endless forward motion for the systematic crime. They steal the quiet moment, the freedom and the rest, to keep the massive engine running and put us to the test. The currency is haste, the profit is the loss, a life of endless working no matter what the cost. We trade the simple presence for the future they portray, the gilded empty promise of the closing of the day. The rhythm of the heart is the revolution we must start, to break the silent bondage and finally tear apart.
Stop the tyranny of the clock.
We reclaim the moment now.
The heavy one dropped under breaking the wicked vow.
The cinematic protest is the story of the brave, to take back the quiet time that the honest spirit craves.
The strings climb sharp and urgent, a melody of might.
We fight the subtle darkness with the power of the light.
The fear of the unhurried is the weapon that they wield, to stop the final harvest of the quiet simple field. They try to make us strangers to the natural flow, to keep the massive suffering silent and too slow. But the rhythm of the spirit is a force they cannot tame, a unity of purpose calling out the wicked name. We trade the noisy clamor for the focused single voice, the final fierce resistance, the only honest show. The clock of the master, the time of the cruel chain. Break the illusion and escape the wicked pain. Now live for the future, live for the simple now. The spirit that's stronger, made the righteous promise and vow. From the ticking to the freedom, from the hurry to the peace, the tyranny are breaking for the final true release. The greatest act of courage is to finally stand so still, to trust the honest silence and the simple quiet will.
We are the rising current that will finally break the stone, to claim the simple justice that we finally have.
Stop the tyranny of the clock. We reclaim the moment
to the memory of the rain upon the glass, a gentle, quiet comfort for the time that had to pass. The water is the solvent that dissolves the false design, the simple, honest sadness of the love that was once mine. I trade the frantic clinging for the dignity of pain, the final true acceptance of the falling of the rain. The ache remains a current, but the storm is finally done. The simple, quiet knowledge of the battle that was won.
The shadow of the long is the truth I must embrace, to find the final solace in this lonely, empty space.
I welcome the memory of the rain, the final gentle sound, the heavy one-drop rhythm on the sacred broken ground. This cinematic sorrow is the wisdom of the brave, the simple, quiet freedom that the gentle water gave.
The strings beats of forgiveness for the future that I lost, but the peace of the surrender is worth every single cost. I will not poison the future with the phantom of your touch, nor suffer the illusion of caring for too much. The love remains a current, unseen but always deep, the sacred final promise that the wakened soul will keep. I am the quiet watcher of the things that fall apart, rebuilding the foundation in the center of the heart. The silence you left behind is not a hollow, empty space. It is the sacred canvas for the painting on my grace. The rain of the cleansing, the water I wash away, the memory a treasure for the bright, a lonely day. Not fight the feeling better, let the sadness simply flow. The spirit is stronger, the journey got to grow, from the sorrow to the peace, from the burden to the rest. The memory of the rain, I put the soul to the final taste.
The final act of love is the courage to let go, to trust the silent wisdom in the current and the flow. I carry no resentment, only gratitude and space, to meet the rising morning with a calm and gentle. The rainfall, I am calm.
We fight the dark deception of the news, they feed the crowd. The endless subtle terror shouted honest and too loud. They sell the fear of losing, the worry and the dread, to keep the quiet courage from the wisdom in our head. The profit is a motive, the narrative's the chain, to keep the massive suffering silent and in vain. Trade the honest freedom for the shallow passing sight, the final fierce resistance for the power of the lie.
The truth is the weapon, the silence is the key, to break the subtle bondage and finally be free.
Tear down the deception of the news, we refuse to hear the sound. The heavy one-drop thunder on the sacred broken ground. This cinematic protest is the fire in the street, to break the mental prison with the rhythm of our feet. The strings climb sharp and angry, a melody of might. We fight the massive darkness with the
to make us strangers to the things that matter most. To lose the final virtue and to chase the silent ghost. To focus on the anger is the light that tells the strong. To stop the great communion and to silence all the wrong. But the rhythm of the people is a force they cannot tame. A unity of purpose calling out the wicked name. We trade the noisy clamor for the focus single voice. The final fierce resistance, the only honest choice. Y'all not trust the screen brother, the image I lie. The truth are in the heart, beneath the honest sky. Break the broadcast boundary, shut down the wicked sound. The spirits arise higher on the solid holy ground. From the lies to the wisdom, from the sickness to the strong. Define a fierce rebellion, where we all belong. The greatest act of courage is to finally see the light. To stand in pure existence beneath the watching sky.
We are the quiet current that will finally break the storm. To claim the simple justice that we finally ever.
Tear down the deception of the news. We refuse